Why you keep questioning yourself? Is it a definite end? Is that it? Is it over? Is it still a chance to get back together? In this video, I will share 3 signs why your relationships are not over just yet. My name is Katya. I'm a relationship coach and I help women all around the world build healthy relationships and move on after the breakup. Breakup can be extremely devastating experience. And the problem with that is we don't always know whether it's definite or not. Is it really over? Very often, breakup is compared to death, but death is a definite event. With a breakup, you have to watch your partner grow, develop, leave, but without you. And especially in the beginning, this can be completely devastating. So let's get to the signs why, in my opinion, it's still not over for you yet. So sign number 1, if your partner simply asked for a pause and told you, let's make a short break. I really need some space and I really need some time for myself. If this happens, please, women, I beg you, don't hold. Let the person be. Normally, your ego is jumping out of your body and you're thinking, oh my God, why not me? Why does he want a break? How could he do this to me? Isn't it better if we go through it together? I can help, I can support. Why is he pushing me away? And these are all valid questions. They're right questions. But the problem is that if the person needs space, there is no point to hold. Because by trying to pull the person closer to you, you're just make him to try harder to get away from you. Very often the problem can be very much on the surface. Maybe he has a business problem, or he's really experiencing a lot of stress at work, or maybe it's a family situation which is he's not ready to share with you. Whatever it is, if the person has their personal reasons to not to involve you and take a break from you, of course, if he mentioned that it has nothing to do with you, then probably it has nothing to do with you. It's probably his personal stuff, which he needs to deal without you. And in this situation, you must respect the boundaries of your partner. Especially if you are looking to build long-term relationships with this person, then setting boundaries and respecting other person's boundaries is crucial. Unfortunately, very often men don't want to share their problems with women and they don't want to show up weak, so they prefer to step back to deal with their problems and then get back together. For women, it's very hard to understand because we are actually calling for help, we are gathering ourselves with girlfriends if we need some mental support. Men go to their cave and prefer to deal and reflect on themselves. Maybe he has an important business to deal with and the project cannot wait. He needs to do it right away. And on the other hand, it's you who needs a quality time, and out of respect to you, instead of mixing it all together and making you wait for him, he's offering you not to put his problems on you, but go deal with them and then reconsider your relationships. From the man's perspective, it doesn't sound that bad, right? And it's actually in your benefit that he's not putting pressure on you, he's not bringing problems on you. And you probably think, but if we ever become a family, then it's so important to share and work on it together. Yeah, it is important. And here is the key, is communication. If you go to the place where their partner is asking you for a break and asking you to give him space, probably you already have been experienced certain miscommunication before. So for you, it's also the perfect time to reflect and think, how were you behaving at this time that your partner felt that he needs some space? Were you guys like constantly together? Were you spending too much time together? Could it be that their relationships became a bit maybe codependent? So taking a break, it might be a very good thing for you, because later on you can start the new relationships with the same person, but both of you would be in a better place by that time. Sign number 2, if it's your 5th breakup in a year, Some people use this word, I'm breaking up with you, I'm done, we're over, just to get what they want out of this particular situation. And it's very unhealthy and manipulative way to communicate in the relationships. But this scenario could work for some couples, because when your other half is threatened with a breakup, then it's the only way when you can hear him. So think about it. What happened before? Were you actually considering to compromise? Were you hearing the problems he was sharing with you? Or you were ignoring all the red flags and all the signs which happened before until actually you hear the word breakup, and then you're ready to do anything he wants just because you don't want to break up with him? The big side effect of it, you might get really tired of it and you would say, okay, over and over, and leave for good without looking back anymore. Because this kind of manipulation is extremely unhealthy and it wouldn't lead to any good. So here is the best way to set boundaries and work on the communication. You need to suggest different solutions to communicate. For example, you can say, I hear you, I'm ready to acknowledge the problems you said before, and we don't have to break up right now. Let's focus on what's important to you right now. I'm here to deal with it and I'm ready to negotiate it. This is one of the ways how you can actually make a setback, but it's very important to mention to your partner that if he does it again, if this is really final breakup, not the manipulation, then next time you would take it seriously and you wouldn't be back together. But here it's important. You need to hold for it. If you make an ultimatum like this, make sure you're ready, if you're really ready to leave. Because being manipulated all the time is very toxic and very unhealthy for you. So make sure to take care of yourself and set very clear boundaries. And if you're already broken up and you know that this been fifth or sixth time in a while, then try to reflect. What happened before? What were the exact problems your partner mentioned to you before this happened? Were you actually open for the dialogue, or you were completely shut down and not ready to talk? If you were ready to talk and compromise and your partner still broke up with you, then think what he didn't take away from it. That probably would be the real cause of it. And most likely it's not the end, unfortunately. But it's a very unhealthy pattern. Sign number 3 is very obvious, but not really. If you're broken up, but then you keep getting bumped to each other, you keep talking, you're still friends, and then you have occasional sex, but without any responsibility. Very often for some couples, this is the only way they can actually build something together, because once the pressure is taken away, then you actually can communicate and be open and build trust with each other, because pressure makes it much harder to build relationships, especially in the beginning. And very often we're not ready to take all this pressure. We need to learn more. We need to actually stay together longer to know more about each other. Maybe your partner is simply not ready to commitment. Then why are you pushing for this? Or you're ready for commitment and he hasn't figured out his life yet. Then why do you choose this person? That's another question to ask you. If you are in this situation right now, think of it. Were you making any demands? Were you pressuring the person to choose yes or no, together or not together, move in or not to move in? Were you setting any ultimatums? So here it is important to get the clear communication. And if you actually want to get back together and you were now at this not very clear pattern, then you need to decide first for yourself. What is more important for you? Can be actually called relationships? Are you guys exclusive? Because these are the questions you need to ask yourself first. What is that what you want? And then based on this, it will be much easier to actually communicate with your partner. And then understand how much you're ready to compromise there, so you can actually build healthy relationships. Because relationships are often about compromising and understanding each other's needs. It's not just about you, it takes two of you to build a strong connection. If you're feeling completely lost and devastated, you can text me and talk to me. And then I can send you my guide with the quick steps to heal after breakup. Make sure to like this video, share it to your friends, and have a great day.